NBC5 News at 6 starts now.
She watched 40-foot flames come dangerously close to her home, but never left. Now this Green Springs homeowner is thanking firefighters for protecting everything she has. Good evening and thanks for choosing NBC5 News at 6. I'm Craig Smolin.
And I'm Natalie Hurd. So much progress is being made on the fire lines. Homeowners are finally able to breathe a sigh of relief. Now here's where we stand with the wildfires. Crews are mopping up a cluster of fires called the Camp Creek Complex northeast of Medford. Altogether, those fires scorched more than 540 acres. The Pumice Complex burned more than 50 acres in the Crater Lake National Park. It's 75% contained. And due to more accurate mapping, ODF reduced the acreage of the Oregon Gulch fire to 35,000 acres, burning southeast of Ashland. Still, a lot of work lies ahead. The blaze is 42% contained.
NBC5's Kyle Averman joins us live with more on the current evacuation levels and relief for residents.
Yeah, Craig and Natalie, Copco Road is still closed off to the public tonight, but today I was actually able to go behind that barrier and talk with a resident who I've been talking with since the fire broke out last week. And tonight she and her neighbors are starting to feel a bit of normalcy once again. Living along Copco Road, southeast of Ashland, is something Stephanie Odom wouldn't change for anything in the world.
My grandmother got this place in '48, so I've known it my whole life.
But the past week,
it was frightening.
Has been one of the most stressful of her life.
You look at a 40-foot wall of fire across the back of your house, and you're out in the meadow with all your neighbors watching everything burn. You don't know if you're going to have a house.
That meadow she and her neighbors were in was untouched. And while Odom had confidence firefighters would be able to save her home,
they did the best they could, and they did a good job. We still have some up here walking around doing spot checks.
Most of the land on her property was burned.
We've got 2,300 acres, so it burned quite a bit, and then we've got some in California.
Despite being issued a level 3 evacuation order last week, Odom never left. And now that evacuation levels have been downgraded to level 1 or be ready, Odom and her neighbors are counting their blessings and they're grateful for the firefighters' hard work, while at the same time trying not to relive an experience they say they will never forget.
It's not something that you can even visualize or, what it would be like to go through it until you do. And it's pretty frightening.
And a level 1 evacuation notice remains in effect for residents between the 11,000 and 22,000 block of Highway 66. Meanwhile, all evacuation orders in Klamath County have been lifted. Live in the studio, Kyle Averman, NBC5 News.